Have you ever wondered why he can't stop thinking about you, even after he walked away? Why your name lingers in his silence? Why your presence still lives in the corners of his thoughts? It's not because you chased him. It's not because you begged for love. It's because you didn't. You pulled your energy back. You stood still in your worth. And that is a power he never expected. A man forgets the one who pleads, but he never forgets the woman who knows who she is and refuses to shrink. A woman who knows her power doesn't scream it. She simply lives it. And in a world where so many bend, soften, and beg just to be seen, she becomes unforgettable. He thought he could move on. He thought she was just another name he'd leave behind, but every time he looks into someone else's eyes and doesn't feel the fire, every time he reaches and it doesn't feel the same, he remembers. He remembers the strength in her silence, the mystery in her confidence, the way she didn't need to be chosen to feel whole. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is the power she holds. She doesn't wait for his attention to feel valuable. She doesn't fight for his love to feel enough. She already is. And the moment she chose herself, she unlocked something he didn't know he could miss until it was gone. Think of a flame that never begs for the wind's approval. It simply burns, steady, bright, unapologetic. That is the woman he cannot forget. Because while he may chase beauty, charm, or comfort in others, what she gave him was something deeper, presence. The kind of presence that cannot be copied, the kind that makes him question every choice he made. He didn't expect her to walk away. He didn't expect her to grow in the space where she once waited. But she did. And now she becomes the woman who lives in his mind, like a song he can't stop humming, a memory he can't erase, a story with no ending. Dear woman, the world may have tried to make you smaller, quieter, easier to love. But look at you now. You are not the woman who waits in silence. You are the woman who knows her worth, knows her strength, knows she doesn't need to chase love to be loved. And that beautiful soul is the beginning of your reign. Now let me know when you're ready for the rest of the script. If these words touch something deep inside you, if you felt seen, understood, and reminded of the strength you carry within, then take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, pouring our hearts into every word, working hard to create content that heals, empowers, and helps you rise. You're not alone in this journey, and together we're building a space where powerful women are no longer silent. They reign. Number 1. He let go of the flame, and now the cold won't let go of him. Have you ever seen a man walk away from something real, thinking he'd find better, only to spend forever missing what he left behind? That's what happens when he lets go of a woman who knows her power. At first, he felt free. He believed he had time. He thought she'd wait. But now, the warmth she once gave him is gone, and he stands in the cold of his own choices, trying to remember what it felt like to be loved by a flame that never begged to burn. She didn't chase him. She didn't fight to be chosen. She gave him everything: softness, strength, loyalty. And then, when he treated her like she was replaceable, she did the one thing he never saw coming. She stopped. She stopped showing up, stopped explaining, stopped holding the fire for a man who thought he could walk in and out as he pleased. And now, he's left with the silence, the absence, the empty space where her fire once lived. That space burns colder than anything. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that's exactly what she became, her own master. She didn't need his love to survive. She used the pain to fuel her power. She rose, not because she wasn't hurting, but because she remembered who she was before he made her forget. Think of a fire left unattended in the night, At first, it crackles and glows, lighting the world around it. But if you walk away, if you ignore it, that fire fades. Not because it wasn't strong, but because it wasn't fed. And once it's gone, you can't just ask it to burn again. That's what he's learning now. He thought her love would wait. He thought she would stay lit for him forever. But flames like hers don't wait. They rise. Dear lady, maybe right now you feel like you were left in the cold. But you are not broken. You are the fire. And if he couldn't handle your light, he never deserved your warmth. This is your moment. No more shrinking. No more silence. No more holding space for a man who couldn't hold your heart. Step into your strength. Live like the woman who no longer explains, no longer waits, no longer burns out for anyone. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I was the flame. He will never feel that warmth again. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if these words lit something inside you. We are here, working hard to bring you life-changing lessons, because you were never meant to be forgotten. You were meant to reign. Number 2. She wasn't an echo. She was the voice that made him feel alive. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how far he runs, he still thinks of her? Why her voice lingers in his mind long after the words have stopped? It's not because she was loud. It's not because she begged to be heard. It's because she never echoed his voice. She had her own. She didn't repeat what he wanted to hear. She spoke truth, love, strength. And now, that voice is the one thing he can't forget. She didn't melt into his world. She brought her own world with her. She didn't lose herself trying to keep him. She stayed rooted in who she was. And that is the kind of presence that haunts a man. He may forget the ones who followed him, but he never forgets the woman who walked beside him and still kept her own direction. You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life? That quote by Rumi speaks of her. She didn't settle for being a shadow. She didn't choose to echo his thoughts just to stay close. She had opinions. She had fire. And when she loved, it was not desperate, it was divine. The kind of love that doesn't fade just because she walked away. Imagine standing in a canyon. If you yell, your own voice comes back. But when she spoke, it wasn't your voice you heard. It was hers, full of soul, full of power. And now he hears it in places where she's no longer present, in quiet moments, in rushed decisions, in lonely nights. Because she didn't beg for space in his life, she became unforgettable by knowing her worth without him. Relationships built on echoing die fast. But when a woman brings her full voice, her full self, and still chooses to love him, that love stays. That memory stays. And now she lives in his thoughts, not because she needed him, but because she never needed to be anyone but herself. Dear lady, they may have tried to quiet you. He may have tried to mold you, but now you remember. You are not the echo. You are the voice that changes the room. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I am not the echo. I am the voice he can't forget. Let your truth be louder than your pain. Let your power speak louder than his silence. And if this message reminded you of who you are, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working every day to bring you truth, healing, and the strength you forgot you had. This is your space to rise. And Queens, your voice is just getting started. Number 3, he lost the woman who didn't need him, but still chose him. Have you ever noticed how he remembers you most now that you've stopped needing him? He doesn't miss the woman who begged. He doesn't lose sleep over the one who chased. But he can't stop thinking about the woman who didn't need him, but still chose to love him anyway. That's what keeps replaying in his mind. She could have had anyone. She didn't need fixing, saving, or completing. She was whole. And still, she saw something in him and gave him her heart. He took that love for granted, and now he can't forget it. You see, a woman who knows her worth is dangerous, not because she's loud, but because she's calm. She knows what she brings to the table, so she never begs for a seat. She doesn't chase. She doesn't prove. And that's exactly what haunts him now. He remembers her strength. He remembers the quiet confidence in her eyes, the kind of woman who could walk away at any time, but didn't. And now that she has, he feels the loss in his bones. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free," and that's what made her unforgettable. She was free the entire time. She was never trapped in love. She chose it. She chose him. And that kind of choice, that kind of power, it lives in a man's memory long after the moment is gone. Think of a wild horse in an open field, untouched, unchained. If it walks toward you, it's not because it has to. It's because it wants to. That's how she loved, freely, fiercely, fully. And now, he stands at the edge of that field, watching the horizon, knowing she won't return. Because she doesn't circle back. She doesn't shrink. She rises. Beautiful lady, you were never weak for loving. You were powerful for choosing. And now he sees what he lost, not just a woman, but a force that didn't need him, but still made room for him. And that is what he can't forget. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. He lost the woman who never needed him, but still chose him. Let it echo as a reminder of your strength and your grace. We are here, working every day to bring you real, soul-shaking lessons that help you rise, not just as a woman, but as a queen who knows her power. Number 4, he traded thunder for noise, and now he drowns in the silence. Have you ever noticed how loud things get when the right voice disappears? He didn't expect that. He didn't think losing her would sound like this. Empty rooms, lifeless laughter, crowded spaces that feel cold. He thought he was choosing excitement. He thought walking away would be easy. But now, in the middle of the noise, all he can hear is silence. Her silence. The silence that speaks louder than every word she never said. She was the thunder in his sky, not because she was loud, but because she was real. Her presence didn't just fill space, it meant something. When she spoke, it was truth. When she loved, it was depth. She didn't need to demand attention, she was attention. And now, without her, everything feels hollow. He traded thunder for noise, and now he drowns in the silence she left behind. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." That's what he did. He wasted the woman who made time feel infinite. He had the storm, the strength, the softness, all in one, but he didn't understand it. So he let it go. And now, he stands in a sea of shallow words, fake smiles, temporary thrills, but none of it fills the silence that she used to calm with just her presence. Think of a powerful rainstorm, loud, cleansing, unforgettable. It shakes the sky and soaks the earth. That was her. She didn't just exist in his life, she moved through it. Now all he gets are empty clouds, all show, no substance. And deep down, he knows. He will never hear thunder like that again. Dear woman, if he left you thinking he could replace your fire with flickers, let him. Because that silence he hears now, that ache he can't shake, that's your power echoing through the space you used to fill. You were not noise, you were thunder, and the moment you walked away, he learned the difference. Lovely woman, you are not forgotten, you are unforgettable. You are not chasing, you are becoming. You are not the storm that begged to be seen, you are the storm that changed everything. You don't need to be loud to be heard, you don't need to be present to be remembered. You are the silence he never saw coming. Write this in the comments and claim it. My silence is louder than his pride. Queens, let him drown in the noise he chose. You were never meant to whisper, you were meant to echo. And if this message reminded you of the power you carry, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working every day to bring you life-changing lessons, to remind you that you are not here to beg, you are here to reign. Number 5. She wasn't hard to get, she's just impossible to replace. Have you ever seen a man stare at a closed door like he's hoping it will open on its own? That's what he does now, because he didn't lose a woman who chased him. He lost a woman who chose herself. He thought she was easy to walk away from. He thought she'd be waiting. He thought he had time. But what he didn't know was that she wasn't hard to get. She's just impossible to replace. He believed she'd come back if he left. He thought she'd break, that she'd call, that she'd fight for him. But she didn't. She walked away with grace in her silence, and now that silence is louder than any words he's ever heard. She didn't need to yell, she didn't need to prove. She simply let her absence speak. And now, no matter how far he runs, he's haunted by the love he once held and let go. There's a reason why a diamond doesn't beg to be picked. It doesn't sparkle for attention. It simply is, rare, whole, powerful. And when someone leaves it behind, the regret doesn't hit like thunder. It hits slowly, deeply, every time he holds a cheap stone and wonders why it doesn't shine the same. That's what she was to him. Not loud, not desperate, just unforgettable. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He wasted her love. He wasted her time. And now he's wasting his days looking for what he'll never find again. Because when a woman knows her power, she doesn't beg to be seen. She becomes the one no man can forget. And you, dear lady reading this, you are that woman, the one he still thinks about, the one he couldn't hold, not because you weren't enough, but because you were too much for a man who couldn't rise to meet you. You weren't the problem. You were the fire he couldn't handle. And now he gets to live with the memory of the woman he can never replace. This is not where your story ends. This is where you begin to rise, not quietly, not slowly, but fiercely. No more waiting, no more chasing. Your throne has always been yours. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am impossible to replace. Say it loud, queens. This is your time. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that remind you, you were never meant to be forgotten. You were meant to reign. Number 6. She wasn't a maybe. She became his never again. Have you ever seen a man realize too late that the best thing he ever had is the one thing he can never have again? He didn't expect her to walk away. He didn't believe she would let go without a fight. He thought she would wait, wondering, hoping, hurting, but she didn't. She turned her pain into power. And now, she is no longer a maybe in his story. She has become his never again. A memory he can't delete. A presence he can't replace. A loss he wasn't ready to face. She wasn't unsure of herself. She wasn't confused about her worth. She wasn't waiting for him to see it. He thought he had time. Time to play, to explore, to return when it felt right. But he didn't realize, when a woman finally knows her power, she doesn't pause for anyone. She moves forward, and once she walks out of his life, no road can lead him back. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." She stopped trying to change his choices. She changed herself. She chose peace over chasing. She chose growth over guessing. She chose herself. And that decision, that became the echo in his heart that never fades. Think of a locked door. He had the key, but he walked away. Now the key is gone, melted into the steel of her strength. And even if he returns, even if he knocks, the woman behind that door no longer waits to be let in. She builds castles with her own hands. Dear woman, this is where everything changes. You are not the broken heart waiting for healing. You are the power he didn't see coming. You are the calm after your own storm. No more shrinking, no more explaining. You were never meant to be a footnote in his life. You were the whole story he failed to read. This is not your ending. This is your arrival. Rise into your power, because the woman who becomes a never again is the woman he can never stop remembering. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am no one's maybe. I am his never again. We're here to remind you. This isn't just content, this is your crown, and it's time to wear it. Number 7. She became the standard, and every woman after her falls short. Have you ever wondered why he keeps searching but never feels satisfied? Why his heart still aches in moments when everything around him looks perfect? It's because she became the standard. The woman who knew her worth, who didn't chase him, who didn't fight for space. She was the space. And now, every woman after her lives in her shadow, no matter how hard he tries to forget. He didn't just lose her, he lost what real felt like. She didn't beg, she didn't break. She walked away without a single scream, and that silence still rings in his ears. Because now, every smile he sees feels just a little too forced. Every word spoken to him feels a little too shallow, and every embrace lacks the fire she carried in her stillness. He is haunted not by her voice, but by the absence of it. She didn't make herself the standard, he did, the moment he realized he would never feel that depth again. As the great Rumi once wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Her absence became the wound that keeps him awake at night, and her power, the kind that couldn't be tamed, is the light he now misses the most. Imagine a painting so rare that once seen, every other work of art feels unfinished. That's what she was. The detail in her love, the depth of her presence, the stillness in her strength. It wasn't loud, but it left a mark. He touches new hands now, but none of them hold him the way she did, with fire and peace all at once. And now he measures everything against her, and nothing ever adds up. Dear woman, he may not say it out loud, but deep inside he knows. He let go of something priceless, and now he walks through life holding rulers that don't fit anyone because he shaped them by your presence. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to be remembered. You're not just a memory, you are the lesson. You are the standard. You are the storm that doesn't pass quietly. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am the standard. No one compares. Queens, let your voice be heard. And if this truth found its way into your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working day and night to give you the life-changing lessons you deserve. Because you weren't made to beg for love, you were made to reign.